Hi everybody, we're here at Fallbrook. I'm going to take the Pietenpol up today. We were supposed to take a trip this weekend, and it looks like we're going to be SOL on the trip. It's going to be raining all weekend, but I'm just going to go flying for a little bit, get the oil warmed up, and come back, do some pattern work, shoot some landing, have a good old time, and maybe we'll talk a little bit about flying the Pietenpol. Wonder if you guys would like that. Alright, oil pressure's up, everything's idling good. We'll head up to the run-up. I think what we will do today is I'll talk a little bit about like kind of the nerdier deep dive about how to fly this airplane, because it's so much different than, you know, your run-of-the-mill Cessna. It's even a little bit different than most of the other tail draggers I've flown. I can't see going forward, so when we're on a taxiway I got to do this little dance here where I make S-turns and I check what's happening in front of me out either side of the airplane. It's not too long of a taxi to this run-up over here. Yeah, it handles pretty well on the ground at taxi speeds. It's kind of a cooler day today, so we're going to let the oil warm up for a little bit. Just check freedom of control movement. That's an up aileron, that's an up aileron. Elevators, rudder. Oh, we got free controls, that's nice. Okay, I'm going to let you in on a secret, guys. This isn't a Pietenpol. Most people know this as a Pietenpol air camper. It's actually a Grega GN1 air camper. It's a variant on the Pietenpol design that was designed to use parts from a J3 Cub, a Piper J3 Cub. So it was kind of like a customization of the Pietenpol design that you could bolt like a J3 Cub motor mount and landing gear and lift struts onto. You could even use the fuel tank or the wing if you need to. The Pietenpol purists don't really regard this as an actual Pietenpol. We call it Pietenpol in our videos because, just to avoid confusion, you know, it looks like a Pietenpol unless you're looking for the real tiny details that give it away. I'm going to continue to call it a Pietenpol. If you're a Pietenpol purist, if that makes you uncomfortable, we'll just have to roll with it. It just adds a lot more time to the conversation when I go, well, actually, it's not a Pietenpol. But that's our secret. It's not a Pietenpol. It's actually a Grega GN1 air camper. Ho ho ho! Alright, let's give it the old run up here. Mixture's full rich. That's a good drop. Back to boat. Left mag. That's a good drop. Back to boat. Repeat. That's a good drop. Repeat off. Coming down to idle. Idle's looking good. The other thing I almost forgot to mention, the other thing that makes this airplane very weird is that it doesn't have a Pietenpol or a Grega wing on it. This wing is actually from a Tailorcraft. So it's kind of a mishmash of airplanes all put together. And the Tailorcraft wing is kind of what gave us some trouble during the annual, as you may have seen. I had to rebuild a few anti-drag struts on the inside of the wing. Up the hill, here we go! Wee! There we go. One of the other reasons I love Fallbrook, and maybe you can see that over there, but they have a nice little observation area right next to the runway, so that even if you don't have access to get onto the airport, you can drive your car up there and have lunch and watch airplanes. I mean, how cool is that, right? Sounds like a great day to me. Pre-takeoff briefing. We're going to have a normal takeoff. We're going to depart on a crosswind. If we have an issue on the takeoff roll, we'll land on runway remaining. No runway remaining. There's a field off to the right. We'll use that field for an emergency landing. We will not turn back to the runway unless we are above 700 feet. Alright, we're going to depart crosswind. We're going to stay in the local area at about 2,000, 2,500 feet. Just do some maneuvers, just nibble at some stalls and steep turns. And then we'll come back to the pattern, and we'll do pattern work. Fallbrook traffic, experimental 103, Hotel Delta. We're taking runway 18, crosswind departure, Fallbrook. Let's go flying. There we go. Alright, line her up. Tail wheel straight, heels off the brakes. And rolling the power nice and smooth. Little right rudder. There we go. Tail's already up. And we're climbing. Yeah, baby. That's like a 300-foot takeoff. Oil pressure's good, oil temperature's good. Climbing out of 65. Look at these windshields, they're so freaking awesome. And there's our field, we're out of runway, so if we have an engine issue now, we're going to pitch down and land in that field. One of the things I'm always thinking about in this airplane is an engine failure because it glides like a brick. So at every phase of flight, I have to have a place spotted where I'm going to land this thing if the worst happens. Fallback traffic, 103 Hotel Delta, we're crosswind 18. Fallback. Oops. Man, I tell you, with the O200 and just one person in this airplane, this thing climbs like a little rocket ship, almost 2,000 feet. Man, we really got some, this cold front is bearing down on us here. Coming in quick. There's 2,500. Level out, pitch. Power. In this airplane, I don't like to run it. I usually run the engine about 2,300. And in level cruise, that'll show me about 80, 85 miles an hour, not knots. Alright, we're going to do a little turn here to the right, clear right. Watch nose, there we go. And just keep hauling her around. It's really easy in this airplane to climb in your steep turns, I've noticed. So, yeah, there I'm climbing again. That's what I really have to get used to again, is the sight picture in this airplane. That's not too bad. I lost about 50 feet. Let's go to the left. Clear left.
Oh, Brook traffic. You guys using runway 18 right now?
Yeah, 18's active at Fallbrook.
Fallbrook traffic, Cessna 66 X-ray, yellow and white Cessna. We're 6 miles to the south. Going to be entering the left downwind for runway 18. Full stop, Fallbrook.
There you go. Oh, don't dive into that recovery. Alright, I keep losing about 20 to 50 feet. That's not bad though. There, keep that nose on the horizon when I do that. There we go. Nice. That's just 180 degree. We're going to do a little slow flight here. So we're going to put the car beat on.
Fallbrook traffic, Cessna 55 X-ray, just 2 mile final for runway 18, Fallbrook.
At 60.
Fallbrook traffic, Cessna 66 X-ray, yellow white 172. We're entering the left downwind for runway 18, Fallbrook.
Oh, holding altitude of 55 at 1,500 RPM. Okay, now she's starting to sink. There's 50 miles an hour. Stall in this airplane is just about, just around 40. It's not even, on power off, it's not even a real brake, you know? But here we are, mushing around 53, 55 miles an hour. And we're holding altitude at about 1,800 RPM at 55 miles an hour. And then get a little maneuver here to see how she works. There's a real shallow, like 15 degree bank. still pretty controllable, honestly. You can tell there's a lot of slop. But slow flight, this airplane does pretty well. About 50, and now we're like 1900 RPM. And we're just mushing along. We're still at 2,500. And we're going to take this, heartbeat's already on, I'm going to take this all the way through to a power off stall. So power's coming all the way back. We're going to hold, we're not going to use any aileron. Just keep the nose straight with the rudder. And there's the brake. The nose just kind of mushes. I can hold full back elevator.
66 X-ray, turning left base, runway.
And she'll recover, like that. And then the nose will brake again. There she goes. I'm just holding full back elevator. This airplane refuses to brake. We're just kind of mushing down at about 50. You still have to control your directional control with rudder. But I've lost only 200 feet. I have the power all the way back. And I'm holding full back elevator, and this plane just kind of mushes down into about 50 miles an hour. It's very docile. Now, if you do not coordinate it, it'll break off. It'll drop a wing. No, it's pretty docile. Look at that. All right, let's recover. Full power. Get the nose down. Heartbeat's off. So that's a power off stall, but she's still flying. There's still some control authority there. So from here we're going to enter the pattern, I think. Public traffic, experimental 103 Hotel Delta. We're over Bonsall, the golf course, 2,000 feet. We're planning to enter a 45. Left traffic for 18, Fallbrook.
Fallbrook traffic, Cessna 813, entering the downwind runway 18, Fallbrook.
We're established on a 45 here. Say hi to the horses down there. And 103 Hotel Delta, we have that downwind traffic in sight. We're going to join behind them. Left traffic 18, Fallbrook. Pre-landing checklist, gas is full rich. Undercarriage is down and welded. Mixture is full rich. Gas, we have enough gas. Prop is bolted to the end of the airplane. Seatbelts are on. And we have brake pressure. Pre-landing checklist is complete. Joining downwind behind a Cessna. I assume he's going to fly a 737 pattern, but hopefully not. He's going to be way ahead of us, so we're going to do a long approach here. This is where that slow flight practice pays off, I guess.
Fallbrook traffic, Cessna 66 X-ray, turning final, runway 18, full stop, Fallbrook.
All right, so we're going to do a real gentle descent here. We're going to put the power to about 1,500, and we're going to descend at like 70, even like 1,700. Fallbrook traffic, 103 Hotel Delta, we're turning base, number 2 for 18, Fallbrook. So, on the sage advice of my good friend Scott, who has tons of time in Pietenpols, I usually keep my approach speed in the pattern to about 70, because this airframe has so much drag. That's the best way to ensure that when you do go to flare, you have a little margin of energy still in the wing. And it gives you a little gust protection. Now we're kind of dragging it in. Fallbrook traffic, 103 Hotel Delta, we're turning final, 18 Fallbrook.
Fallbrook traffic, Cessna 66 is clearing runway 18, taxi back. Fallbrook.
Okay, now we're on what I would consider in this airplane a very long final. And a lot of times I will just slip, but the slightest slip in here just to kind of judge my sight picture, because I cannot see over the nose to save my life. So a little forward slip, not necessarily to lose altitude, but just to get an idea of our drift over the ground and have a good sight picture on the runway. That's looking good. We're walking the power back. We're looking at 70. We're coming a little hot here.
Public traffic 66 X-ray, we're going over the self-serve fuel.
There we go. Just let her down, don't let her land. Don't let her land, don't let her land. There you go. Nice. That wasn't bad. I'll take that. Nice, that's landing number 1. Post landing, RB is off. And that's literally the post landing checklist. Really nothing else. I've really needed this time to just kind of review my fundamentals of flying this airplane. Alright, normal landing, 3 points. We need to try some wheel landings in this airplane too. RP's on, power's coming back. And 70. Judging our glide here. As you might be able to see, we're kind of just sinking. So that's this airplane, it has a lot of drag. Fallbrook traffic 103 Hotel Delta, returning base 18 Fallbrook. Good coordination in the turns, make sure it's a quality turn. Don't pull too much. We're a little high. We can scrub that off in a slip though if we want to. We can also just pull the power back. Keep 70, we're speeding up a bit. Fallbrook traffic 103 Hotel Delta, we're turning final 18 Fallbrook. Keep the nose down and then watch coming out of the turn, that recovery. So, as I was saying before, even if I don't come in as a slip, I can also come in at an offset to the runway, which is almost what I prefer, especially with a passenger, because then I kind of know, okay, I'm not putting any weirdness for them. Little power, we got a little sink there. Okay, bring her down. Don't let her land, don't let her. Oh, that was pretty good. I'll take it. Ah, watch that center line. Oh, 10 points. Came off the center line like a yokel. Okay, this is a wheel landing, so I'm not going to try to bleed too much speed over the threshold here. Just going to keep the speed, touch the wheels, go around if I need to go around. Really going to be coming down to judging the amount of energy left in the airplane after we touch down. Little gust. That is a nice wheeler. And let the tail down. Actually, that wasn't too bad. Energy was pretty good. I was off the center line a lot. So yeah, that's the magic number. Scott, you were right. 70 miles an hour. Fallbrook traffic 103 Hotel Delta. We're taking 18. In the pattern, Fallbrook.
Fallbrook traffic Cessna 66 X-ray departing to the south. Last call, Fallbrook.
It is getting gusty though. Oh, this will be our last one. So that wind is the first indication of this cold front moving in. It's supposed to move in midday and, well, it's about midday. Temperature's dropping too. It looks good. Oh man, that gust. Woo! Alright, hold on to your butts. This is going to be a normal landing. We're going to put a little gust factor in there, so it's okay if we land long and fast, a little faster. We're primed for a go-around, just in case. Fallbrook traffic 103 Hotel Delta, short final 18 Fallbrook. Coming in, let's let the nose come down here. We got a slight crosswind and we got some gusts last time, so let's watch those gusts. Just manage the energy all the way down. Power's coming back. Little burst of power here because we got that sink again right over the numbers. Okay, that's looking good. Oh, see, there's a gust. Just fly her down there. There you go. Fly it. Fly it. Fly it. There we go. Down the center line. Maybe pull the power back at some point. Also. Fallbrook traffic 103 Hotel Delta. We're clear the active taxi down the hill to Fallbrook Air Service. Fallbrook. And car beats off. Nice. We cheated death once again. Alright guys, thanks for coming to fly with me today. I hope if you're like really into the nerdy airplane side of our channel that this was entertaining. I have one more cool maneuver to show you. And it's called the can I shut my engine off and roll exactly to the spot I want to in front of my hangar. Let's give it a try. Okay, usually I cut it. There's no brakes are allowed in this exercise. Usually I cut it right here. There we go. Oh, we got this. We so got this. Oh, a little past. Oh. 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 There we go. Alright guys. Mags are off. Fuel's off. Mixture's off. Master's off. Thanks for flying with me. We'll see you next time, okay? Thumbs up. Bye.